If you would like. Yeah, that's up to you. I mean, it's completely up to you if you want to. Oh God, 3-0 Cardinals. Wow.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this
Hey,
is
everybody.
Monday Night Football on
Hey everybody, it's the
Sports.
coach.
On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Eagles.
Seen a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team.
Devontae Adams.
Last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together.
Oh no, Denver's on a 1-game winning streak.
Good defense, and some key plays on special teams.
Yo, there's the 2018 MVP, Sebastian Janikowski, lining up for the kick. Wouldn't that be funny if he won the MVP? 700 field goals.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchdown. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive.
Really, Josh Rosen
Get set to watch Josh
is the
Rosen
Denver Broncos quarterback.
Offense, the number 10 pick in the 2018 draft.
Tom Brady.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's
What?
also plenty for him to work on.
How are they 3-0?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that.
Well, Zach
in terms
Ertz
of
is
ratio.
okay.
But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Mine's Denver's is Mark Ingram.
Play action here on
Boom!
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Josh
Charles,
Rosen.
we get a look here at the key inactives, and I tell you what, a big list for being this early in the season.
If there's any silver lining at all, you're hoping you can get these guys back, and now you'll play well down the stretch with them. But what you're also hoping is that the guys who have to play for them, the next man up mentality kicks in, and those guys take care of business.
They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle
Oh no,
of the
Josh
defense,
Rosen just threw a
it hurts them in so
16-yard
many
pass to
ways, because
Austin. Oh, Jesus.
teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there,
Yeah, so did Khalil
that'll
Mack.
open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where he, their big tight end.
Khalil
is
Mack
so
just
good
murdered
that
Mark
middle,
Ingram.
The seam routes, the in routes. Yeah,
Huh?
you'll probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the
I
middle
have
as
J.J.
well, and he's got it.
Oh
Nice
no,
job
not
on the
Blount.
return there, 16 yards. And
He's
it's
a
Chiefs
monster,
football,
too.
1st and 10.
Oh, Tavon
So
Austin
here
with the
come
punt return.
Chiefs for their opening drive. Orchestrating the offense.
Here comes
the
Kirk
former
Cousins.
3-time captain at Michigan State, quarterback Kirk Cousins.
Coming off of a loss their last
Hey,
time
hey,
out,
he did better than
I
Cam
think he's
Newton
just
did.
seeming to make a bigger impact
Bitch.
on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception.
1 and 2 because my defense can't hold shit.
Swinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Not because of Cam Newton, it's not.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Escaping the pressure right.
God, Bobby Wagner just spine-bustered Kirk Cousins.
And that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Second down, Cousins. And Olsen over the
Garden.
He
He likes to plant.
He
Plants his feet.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to
Because
really
it worked.
performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
The Kirk Cousins to Greg Olsen hookup for 9 yards.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football.
Don't you have a Le'Veon Bell?
In the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the
Then
first
shut
down.
up. Yeah, well, you know that none of us have a running back to trade you for Le'Veon Bell. If we had one, we would have done it by now.
Veteran Jeremy Maclin. A very solid gain of 27. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty
Deshaun Jackson makes a lot of people look
And
stupid.
I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat
made
in
Philly
with
look
them in
stupid,
the
too.
production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, you guys
When he
come
left.
out of the gate. I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it. You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the second
okay.
now on 2nd and goal.
So basically, Deshaun Kaiser just has to pretty much throw the ball in the air. Touchdown, Kirk Cousins.
Kansas City.
To Travis Benjamin, or Kelvin. Yeah, Travis.
Second touchdown on the season.
Hey, look at that. Kirk.
And the Chiefs are going to take a first quarter lead. Now, this is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that
Watch it
touchdown
fit. Yeah,
gets
on
them
his
off the
bye week.
treadmill. 'Cause you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same
And Sebastian
spot.
Janikowski.
They've exchanged it
Kick.
for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your
A
face.
little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right.
Cliff Averill. Ow. Jeez.
The drive starts here with a carry by
Oh,
Ingram.
shit.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Pro Bowler Brent Grimes brings him down. The offensive starters for the Broncos.
Out wide is Devontae Adams, named an alternate to his first Pro Bowl in 2017. And how about this for a surprise?
Oh, crap.
22
Denver has
receiving
Juju
touchdowns over the
Smith-Schuster
last 2 seasons.
and
That's the most
Devontae
of
Adams
anyone in the NFL.
and Cordero
That's right,
Patterson.
anyone.
Jesus.
Devontae Adams taking advantage of opportunities.
Josh Rosen, how is your team?
Second down.
How is your team 1-1 and 1?
They get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard
I
line.
forgot about the third one.
A look there at Ingram's numbers from a week ago. 18 carries, 68 yards.
And that's supposed to run right
So we're
there.
gonna tie.
Reminds me that last week ran the ball really well, so they're continuing
Jeez,
to
they
do
have
what
Austin
did in the
Hooper
previous
and,
game. Run the ball and run it successfully. Expect that to continue throughout
that-
this one.
And before they can run another play, the clock hits 000.
Deshaun Jackson.
And time is up on the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. Charles and I back to Denver after this.
The NFL on
Either
EA
that or
Sports
Deshaun
is
Jackson
presented
just-
by Snickers.
Either
You're
that
not
or
you,
Deshaun
not
Jackson is their whole
Snickers
offense.
Satisfies.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon.
He takes a pitch, throws a pass down the field to himself for a touchdown. Ultimate fantasy player.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down.
Yep.
And caught, right side, Green. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays. Makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for him.
This time he's able to take it down to the 42.
You are Seattle.
His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line.
Now.
Rosen off the play action.
Everything just shuts down.
Over the middle, Hooper.
Stream turns off, everything.
Inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Oh, yeah, because I'm not there.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
You threw a
Tackle
pick.
made that time by Vita Vea.
You threw a pick
And the
six.
big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't.
Who's your quarterback?
To the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try
No,
to run for the
that's not
first
why,
and Ingram.
bitch.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football.
Were you-
We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle.
Were you
These
throwing on
kickers
the run?
now,
Because
it's like
Matty
we're
Ice
taken for
cannot
granted.
throw on the
Kicks
run.
like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly
Did
right.
you
and
get
we shouldn't
hit?
Take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more
Well, there's your
athletic
problem.
now
You got hit.
than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those
I always move it to the
50-plus
right.
yarders seem easy for some reason. Now Cousins, caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, these guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he's gonna get
Complete pass to
this
Taylor
inside the
Gabriel.
30. He's got his first catch here before
Deshaun
halftime,
Jackson.
and it goes for a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride.
Deshaun
and
Jackson.
He can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Jeremy Macklin. Out.
It's caught by Macklin. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
Got the main ingredient.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Yeah.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest
Please
route
don't.
to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders,
Which starter
using
for what
guys
position?
almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher. Guys trying to get to the
That tells
football.
me, yeah, that tells me so much. There's a couple McCoys. There's Colt McCoy, LaShawn McCoy, Gerald McCoy.
Completions, and just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit
The
more
real
now? Because
McCoy.
all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have been
Kirk
fooled.
Cousins.
And here he'll get it
Getting a
down to
4-yard gain.
7. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the
Apache
scramble,
helicopter
and it's
McCoy.
2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. As they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
All right, so if I don't throw an interception here, I might have to bring the MVP out on the field. Kick a field goal.
Working out of the gun, Cousins.
Oh, okay.
And it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report.
Really?
Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville,
TIAA
where it was
Stadium.
definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Case Keenum, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey, to check on the Giants. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. Tom Brady, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. Lastly, we head to the City of Angels to check on the Rams at home in L.A., and they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota
So I wonder if the
Vikings.
Chargers and the Rams
Derek
play each
Carr,
other. Which
2
one is the
touchdown
home team?
passes as his guys remain unbeaten. In the game you're watching, it's been Kirk Cousins with a hot hand in the first half.
Yeah, right.
His guys will start the third quarter with the lead as we get you back out to Denver and hand it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is fielded at the chalk in the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff.
Brandon, why did you have to trade me a defective player?
And get a report when we come back to Denver. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Traded me Tavon Austin, and he got hurt.
Now the 4th-year man from Texas A&M, Kristen Michael. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Noah Spence in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid game.
He's like, I'm good.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby
I mean, 9-3.
Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Big play coming up.
You always say the big number first.
I would expect to see some pressure here. We are seeing 2 really confident defenses.
Well, yeah, because it's the biggest thing in the room.
In this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away,
What?
and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand
Daniel,
on that.
you don't even know what I said. Shut up.
And brings up a 4th down decision.
I'm joking. Calm
That's
down.
into the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back.
He's joking with you.
Out there for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half.
Oh, God.
I think we can go inside the locker room, right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back.
Yeah, you don't
to the
notice him
offense,
until he
and let's go downfield and
does
score.
stuff.
Seems simple, right? The last part, we
Yeah.
have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the ladder.
I thought you were about to say he got into a fist fight.
Now runs it. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free.
Ooh,
and brings
Fortnite.
up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way
Did
too
he?
tight.
I don't know.
Unable to find anyone open.
I'm surprised he was even in the. I'm surprised he was even in the game because he's always fucking hurt.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
See, your better reference would have been Kareem Hunt because I would have at least known that.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Just wait, is Sue on your team?
Now Rosen to throw on
Just
second down.
be careful. He might get suspended for stomping on people's heads.
It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen.
Sean Lee, what are you doing?
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That his first catch.
This is why my defense blows. My star players just jog with the other team.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the
Sean
years
Lee was
in the
covering
NFL?
somebody.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Howard Jones. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
It's all right. At least your guy didn't.
They had a really nice gain on the
At least your guy didn't let the guy get wide open, and then when the quarterback threw the pass, he jogged with him instead of trying to knock the pass down.
On 2nd down, Rosen. He's going to loft it deep right sideline.
Picked off. Got both feet inbounds.
Picked up by John Johnson.
In the end zone too. Like that pass was going out of bounds, but my defender guy jumped. Oh, they're booth reviewing it? Why? He came down. Fucking dicks. Your mom was out of bounds.
And this one winds up being intercepted.
See, I haven't heard Daniel, so I don't know if he's winning or not.
Now a give, it's Michael. And
He's taking notes.
The 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain.
What do you mean?
The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like
I don't know.
right there.
Now Fitzpatrick. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunities
Probably to get an extra blocker since, you know,
flying around, making plays on the ball.
they're not allowed to have the wall anymore.
As a result.
It's a rule now.
Throwing Fitzpatrick. He's going to look deep down the field. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go.
Oh,
back.
Jesus.
Well, they had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Meanwhile, they take a shot.
Dude went
to
up for the
start
pass, got hit in the
drive,
legs,
but
and all of a
this
sudden
is
the
gonna
ball
wind
went
up
flying
incomplete.
across the field.
They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer
Jesus.
throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get
Nowhere to escape,
Michael
and he
Bennett,
goes
former
down.
Seattle Seahawk.
Mike Bennett in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
So one quick,
For a
easy
loss of
analysis about
10.
why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about
Luckily,
the
my
execution of that
defense is
defense
holding
right
up,
there?
but
So
now
was
my offense ain't
absolutely
doing
locked up
shit.
tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to
I took
force
it.
he felt like he
I
needed
took
to
out
make a
Kirk
play.
Cousins because
Exactly right.
he
Third
did.
down, you
He
gotta
had
try
2
to
straight
find
drives
something.
of
There's nothing available
complete
there
dog
for
shit.
him.
One quarter
So,
remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night.
I'm
We'll
throwing in the
return
one
with
guy
more
who actually
after
has a win
this.
on my
This
team, and
is
it's
the NFL,
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
And it's on EA Sports. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Really? Cody threw like 6 picks and he didn't sim his game.
It's complete right side to Benjamin. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages,
Fitzpatrick, where are you
when
going?
they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Sean Jackson.
And caught left side, Olsen.
Greg Olsen
Gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
for the first down.
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being
There you go.
conservative and running that football. Fitzpatrick to throw it. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. That's a staple of this
You mean
offense.
20 to 12?
Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's Fitzpatrick. And he's got it.
Touchdown to my backup tight end, Phillips. Don't know who you are.
His first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them.
Sean Lee.
What they need.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
2:25 left.
The Broncos on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. Looking deep for Adams. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Devontae Adams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. He'll try and run with Ingram. But he will not get in here. He stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a handoff. It's Christian Michael. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Oh, jeez.
They run again with Michael.
Stay up.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Chiefs on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Fitzpatrick to throw. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 18. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Josh Rosen and company getting set for their next possession. And this is a spot where you can learn a lot about a young quarterback.
And that's why they brought him into the organization, because you don't just bring them in strictly for their talent. You think that they have that something special in them that will allow them to function in these types of situations.
I have a minute and 32 to stop them.
To be clinical and not emotional. You know your play sequence. You know what has to get done. Get the ball to the right people, get out of bounds, and get it downfield and try and score.
He's trying to earn his stripes here.
Run prevent.
They try to throw on 2nd down.
3-man deep.
Incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well.
They probably just gave up.
It's often hard after you've played really well early, and then you kind of relax a little bit, to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
He's back to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield.
Oh, God. Block that kick.
The 35. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Wow.
Back to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
They cannot
Taking matters
kick a
into
field
his own
goal.
hands,
They
and he
have to
picks up
score a
4
touchdown.
yards and a first down. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue Liner.
He'll look to throw. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Throwing now is Rosen. He goes underneath to Ingram.
Oh, they really scored a touchdown. Are you fucking kidding me?
Ingram with time running out. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff because a field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for 2. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the post.
And now here comes Kansas City. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Here's Fitzpatrick. He's going to let it fly.
Boom!
That's
Ow!
inside the 20.
I just won the game with 2 seconds left.
Touchdown.
Ryan Fitzpatrick
With
to
2
Taylor
tenths
Gabriel.
remaining. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the 4th. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take
They
the
just
lead.
let him
There's
go.
nothing like being aggressive,
He
preaching
blew
that to your
past
team,
them.
and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Here we go now as they will again try for 2.
Hey, blue 45. Blue 45.
Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ryan Fitzpatrick is 6 for 9 for 99 yards and 2 touchdowns.
This type of a lead, what they're worried about, right, in what, less than 10 seconds on the clock, what they're worried about
Where
is just
Kirk
getting
Cousins,
a touchdown.
where Kirk Cousins threw a pick.
So you go for it here to try and ensure yourself. Now, they got to make sure they cover it, otherwise they could actually lose.
So some drama down to the very end of this ball game, Charles, on that final kickoff. They were hoping to break free, some sort of miracle play, but they couldn't do it.
They had a chance, and that was their only opportunity to try and bring it all the way back. As you noted, they weren't able to get that done, but at least they had the shot. What a tremendous game to be this close and this well contested.
Nice.
So for Kansas City, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2.
Ooh, I'm
They'll
2-2.
return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they fall to defeat for the second time this season. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the
need to watch him.
NFL on EA
He was
Sports.
sitting over there
For
licking the
more,
mirror.
check us out
That's
at
broken.
EASports.com. From Denver, good night, everybody.
Two extremely close games.